You guys ready to watch me react to Chibi? I've had this literally on the docket for the last 2 days. I'm sorry that I did not stream yesterday. It was the 4th. I spent a lot of time talking to family and a bunch of military buddies. By the way, chat, my military buddies are absolutely astonished with how much 250th anniversary of the United States support that the VTubing community gives to the United States of America. You guys are awesome. Good job. Good job for impressing a whole bunch of non-weebs out there that are just like tack gear nuts as fuck. So, good job, good job, good job.
The UK is going to be forcing YouTube to basically upload and prioritize UK propaganda on their platform. I'm not even joking. Like, here's the images right here.
Keep YouTube yours. YouTube is yours. You built it. View by view, subscriber by subscriber, blah, blah, blah. Impact on proposed rules. Include a monetary prominence regime. This could require digital platforms like YouTube's to prioritize and giving a privileged position so traditional broadcasters like the BBC, ITV, Channel 4, in users, interface, and recommendation feed. So what you're saying, oh my gosh, YouTube, you're going to prioritize mainstream British media to YouTube. That's what that says to me. Your content downranked. Pushing this group forward means pushing everyone close to downward. So they're admitting, Google is admitting that this is for, oh my god, dude. YouTube, I'm sorry to tell you this, dude, but your business is going to fail in the UK. You're going to start watching all of your views in the UK just fucking plummet to nothing. Wow, I feel bad for all my British watchers out there. I am so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry you won't be able to see my content in the future. I will be uploading my content to Rumble, though. So, you know, you can go over there and watch, since that's not regulated like YouTube is.
I'm going to show them on screen. This is just absolutely insane. Like, this is breaking
Greetings,
news.
Brother Cody. What retardedness did I miss? Oh, Father, you didn't miss anything.
To basically talk about this.
Basically, yesterday on the 4th, I just spent time talking to the fam, hanging out, and phone calls with my veteran buddies. I showed my veteran buddies all the support that some indie VTubers give to the 250th anniversary, and they are absolutely shocked. Like, let me show you real quick. Apparently, a lot of my military buddies are highly, highly impressed with Cinny. They're like, oh, cool, she's a dragon VTuber that's into America? Dang, she be rocking them freaking short shorts. That's what one of my buddies from the military said about her, and I was like, hey, dude, just back off a little bit, man. You know, it's just an AI-generated image, man, you know? And they were like, dude, it doesn't matter. They're still supporting the 4th of July, man. Yeah, aren't they like a bunch of like weebs like you? And I was kind of like, yeah, they are. They're a bunch of weebs like me. And he was like, and one of my buddies was like, I remember making fun of you, dude, during barracks inspections when you had all your fucking your little toys sitting on your desk. So yeah. That was my day yesterday.
On the platform, like, hey, if you guys
holy
don't
honkus.
talk about this, this is going to become a serious problem. And YouTube literally
probably best you look away.
This is an issue. Basically, every single indie content creators that are not basically focused or attached to the UK government, are going to be like deprioritized to where they're not going to have their content, you know, organically discovered in the algorithm. Your content's going to be pushed down, and the only content that's going to appear on the YouTube platform,
dude. There are so many people that are going to stop making videos now on YouTube and just go straight to Rumble in the UK. Because you can't regulate... Because Rumble's still in the position where it's an American company, so it doesn't care what the UK says about it. So... yeah. Hey, Rumble, don't be like Google right now. Google's being gay.
Going to be UK content that is approved by the UK government, aka
so either way they shouldn't submit to the EU anyway.
What do you
since
mean
so
you've
many
reached
of the
this point
people
now
from
where
there
you have
clearly
the
don't like it
UK
anyway, so the
straight
people
up
in the
forcing
UK
their
could tell YouTube, we are
propaganda
going to
on the
stop using
entirety of
YouTube if you
YouTube's
continue this
platform,
action.
and it's going to be
That's
happening this upcoming August in
that is actually really true. And watch what he says. In August, they'll watch a huge dip in views on YouTube. They'll start watching all of their premium subscriptions dip. The whole entire country is gonna pretty much just, I bet you, not even watch YouTube anymore. All of their YouTube viewership in the UK is gonna dwindle to nothing, and then they'll have to rely on the United States, and they're still mostly focused leftists over here, so they're putting themselves in a bind, man. Because right now, us Americans tolerate YouTube for what it is, but a lot of us who are still pro, like MAGA and all that, I'm pro MAGA, I'm wearing my MAGA hat right now. Most of us that still do all this are finding other avenues like Kick and Rumble. Twitch is falling back now, especially for us VTubers that like being honest. And it's just sad to see, but YouTube's digging its own grave in the UK, and it's gonna hurt them.
2026. Like, everybody needs
Like
to be talking
Korea.
about this, because let me explain why this
At
is a
some
huge
point,
issue. This is not just a problem for the UK. This is a problem for literally every single country that accesses YouTube. Because look,
that's true,
adults.
Cruz.
We all know this.
I don't watch
Okay?
YouTube for
And if they
the
start messing
stupid
with their
Silicon
algorithm
Valley
and allowing
corpse.
the UK
I
to
don't
basically
do
force
that.
their propaganda with their algorithm, an already screwed up algorithm.
I think that
even worse,
independent.
and it's going to affect
I think that the independent content creators, guys, are better than any of the corporate media shrills that are out there. Because you can tell that they're obviously biased on the money. Independent content creators themselves say their opinion and stick with it more because they're driven by their audience that they created. Whereas a corporation, they just have to shill it out to a TV sponsorship or whatever, commercials, all that. So they don't have an allegiance to their audience as much as an independent content creator does.
everyone worldwide. This is not going to just affect the UK citizens, people within the UK or, EU. This will affect everyone. And then this will also cause other governments to take a look at what the UK is doing and being like, oh, we're going to start doing the same thing.
They are, but they don't have any pull. The governments have the guns.
Media on the platform, and
so the company jumps when they are told.
Indie voices are not connected to, let's
Isn't that a sarcastic right? Or I actually believe you because Europe isn't made to be of one country, right?
Anymore. That's basically what's
That's
happening.
my next
Pretty
question
much
to you, Frost. What you mean by
you
right?
better bend over, YouTube. We're about to take control of you. We're about to force you to say what we want you to say, and we're going to make you prioritize our content over everything. Like, what do you mean UK can do this to an American company? Like, what? Like, I'm not kidding.
Okay, Chibi, here's where it comes down to it, okay? The UK government can completely tell YouTube to stop. And let's just say in a hypothetical sense, YouTube said, okay, fine, but we're not going to stop. Here's what the UK can do as a country, because the UK is integrated with its own internet, its own power, its own internet defense, the whole entire bit. They could completely ban YouTube in the UK if YouTube does not comply. And the way that YouTube's thinking about it is, we'd rather make a little in the UK than absolutely nothing. It's money. Money is the big, huge thing for Google, and it always has been since the dawn of Google being popular. That's why Google bought up things like YouTube. That's why you see billion-dollar companies like Amazon buying Twitch. They can't shut us down in America, but they can definitely shut you down in their own country. Chibi.
Guys, everybody needs to be talking about this. So, I'm going to wrap up the video here. Please share this video, leave a like and all that, leave a comment. Honestly, we need to get this video out. We need to spread this news. Everybody on
I was in agreement with you, not sarcasm. Oh.
This is not something that is minor or tiny.
There is also the fact that the UK citizens will use VPNs anyway, so YouTube could say, we are not promoting this at all, but we are aware that VPNs can get around our systems and allow you to see content in the UK. Wants us to stop you from. VPNs can let you see the content in the UK you don't want to see. Yeah, but if you use a VPN, You'd have to create a VPN account, which counts technically to YouTube and Google as a bot. So still YouTube loses out on the actual profit margin because you can spend money on with using a VPN, yes, but to YouTube in its algorithm, it's going to count as a bot every time you use a VPN because they did the VPN changes to YouTube like 2-3 years ago. So,
or anything like that. This is a serious issue, not just to YouTube as a platform, but literally.
Chibi, let's just face it, bro. The UK doesn't have freedom of speech. They don't have that anymore. This is not just a YouTube issue, Chibi. It's a freedom of speech issue, and Britain does not have that. Britain doesn't have any vocal freedoms whatsoever in both libel and spoken anymore. Literally, their government dictates what comes out of that country now. It's literally, Britain has turned into a communist empire at this point.
Literally everything, being able to speak your mind, because we have seen what the UK has been doing, especially in the last year, censoring speech and everything. This is their basically next step to making sure people outside of the UK's like area of influence is completely removed from the equation and can no longer talk about what they want to talk about because the algorithm will literally be shoving them down and allowing only the UK's propaganda to be on the top of the actual algorithm. So yeah, just like I said, share this video, leave a like and all that. This is incredibly important, but thank you so much. Be safe, stay healthy. Chibi out.
Good video, Cheebs, but the issue is, like I said again, you're not going to shut down their government by just making a YouTube video, bro. They're too power hungry, man. Maybe we need to liberate the UK of the Labour Party. Okay, I don't want to spend any of my military resources on that. The UK is a lost cause, bro. If I don't want my money going to NATO, what makes you think I want my American money going to a service as to liberate the UK people? They have to do it themselves. What would it really cost us? They only like 3 boats left. I understand that, but I've already given enough of my tax money to NATO, bro. I don't want my money going over to Britain. I hate to tell you this, guys, in Europe, I as an American, I don't want my tax dollars going to you guys anymore. You guys need to figure out your own shit. You guys need a 1776 in most of Europe. You do. You need to start standing up to your governments and telling them, no, this is not a power check. You're actually playing with our lives like we're pawns. No sending them money. Exactly, alone. Nah, put it into some missiles and blow them up. Well, there's actually good people there, so you don't want to blow up everybody. That's the problem. In order to take a country like the UK, you've got to do it with manpower. Because they're actually considered a tier 1 country. And I don't want any resources to America to go over there and help them. I'm sorry, but Britons need to start figuring out a way to collapse their oligarchy government, because that's what it's turned into at this point. Because they also influence our government with things like the Kids Act, even though I agree that I hate the damn spending because we shouldn't be babysitting the world, but we should at least stop the influences. Well, if you wanted to stop the influences, that should have been done in the early 2000s, Perma. Because Europe's gotten so bad with their anti-American rhetoric that most Americans, if you ask 10 Americans if they want to help Europe anymore, 8 of them will say no. Because they're getting tired of getting shat on. Poland is the exception to that rule, though. Hi, Blue. I agree. We need more countries like Poland. Shadow, if I could make a suggestion to you, I would suggest, if you're in Europe, to move to Poland. Somehow become a citizen there, because they're the only country that's doing it right now in Europe.
No, Kitty, I don't have anything! What the hell is wrong with you? Stop it, Kitty!
I finally have all the power! Oh shit, you're unbanned? Yes. My suspension was over today on both X and Twitch. So yeah. Hopefully it doesn't end. Automod got me. Aww. Twitch being Twitch. He's collected the stones. Yeah, dude, I'm freaking Thanos in that shit. Good video, though, Chibi, but unfortunately, you can't fix the UK government, bro. They're too cooked. They're way too cooked. The UK people are going to have to figure that out for themselves.